So I've been wanting to post this for a long time, but doctors are to black women what police are to black men. So let me tell y'all how I had a broken neck and sat living with it for 2 whole years before the doctors caught it and fixed it. Then I'm gonna tell you about the doctor that was openly racist to me on the operating table and after surgery. Try to make this shit quick as possible. From 2017 to 2019, I was training to be a police officer and I was in school for criminal justice. One day I fell ill, actually a little bit of time after this photo, and had severe back pain. Could barely climb up the stairs anymore. Could barely get out of my car. I had a sedan at the time. Went to the doctors. They couldn't find shit. They couldn't find nothing. Had several X-rays, MRI, CT scan, several exams. They could not find nothing. That's what they say. So due to the pain, I had to drop the fuck out of school, and they put me on a shitload of medicines, gabapentin, muscle relaxers, you name it. They put me the fuck on it. In the meantime, my immune system kept getting weaker and weaker. White blood cells on motherfucking high. Body is just sending all types of signs that something else is wrong, that they are missing. So I ended up hitting my leg on the table, getting a small nick. The small nick turned into this. So I emailed the doctor and told her that it's hurting, it's warm, it's something is wrong with it. Despite me complaining about this damn sore, this is the message I got back. A couple of days later, the fucking sore turns into this. So I had to take matters in my own hands. I had to go to urgent care twice and email the head doctor in order to get my sore taken care of. Then after I took the steps to fix my own leg, basically, this is the message I got back from the doctor. Really? Quit my job and apply for fucking disability. At this point, it was like the peak of my fucking illness. I was completely suicidal, completely emotionally, physically exhausted, like going back and forth with them, not getting pretty much any help. Y'all, I was taking antibiotics all the way until March, almost until April. I then emailed her again and told her that it was healing, but I feel like it needs another round of antibiotic because this is what I was left with after taking antibiotics all of that time. Again, this is the message I got back. So at this point, I had begun falling. My limbs were going numb when I moved my head. I had developed some sort of sleep disorder where I was falling asleep everywhere. My last straw was I was driving down Park Avenue, got extremely tired, so I pulled over. Um, Popped up me a little can of Pepsi trying to get some caffeine. Y'all, I woke up 6 hours later because my head hit the horn. I had been parked on the side of a street in upstate New York in the middle of the fucking night with my windows down and everything. So that was my last straw. At that point, I had told them that I was sick of the shit. I went in, we had a very long conversation. I told them I was sick of the shit. Something is happening. Is it possible for me to see a neck doctor? They said, oh yeah, we can send you to a neurologist. Sure. That man came back and said, Miss Jenkins, do you know your neck is broken? The doctor told me that my neck had to be broken for a very, very long time. Like years. And he has no idea how I fucking survived this shit. During the surgery, they contacted my mother to tell me that they wasn't sure when I woke up if I was going to be able to walk or not. I was never referred to a neurologist or given a referral to anywhere else. I had to ask to go. So during my surgery, this bitch was the assistant surgeon. And when the head surgeon left the room, she would come in and say little dumb shit. I'm sitting on the fucking table. I'm literally getting ready to be put down by the fucking anesthesiologist. And she says, do you know that sometimes neck pain is just carpal tunnel? Me and my mother paused like this. Are you calling me a liar? Like I'm not. Did you not see the X-rays? I'm not. I'm not understanding. So surgery is done. The head surgeon, who I would not mention because he was an absolute angel to me, told me that with my injuries and the circumstances, that he did not want me to rush out of the hospital. He wanted me to take the time to make sure that I'm ready to leave the hospital because it was a really bad situation. So I had to pass PT and be able to walk up the stairs, walk up and down the stairs, and able to get out of the hospital, which was extremely fucking hard for me. So after I just failed PT, like miserably, crying, like y'all, I've never felt so defeated in my life. Like recovery was way worse than being ill. She comes up to the side of my bed and she says, I heard you failed PT. So I said, yes. It's really hard for me to get up the, why did you fail PT? Why did you fail PT? So at that point, my mother was on the phone. She said, oh, let me call you back. Because she's like, well, what the fuck is going on here? So at that point, I just bust out crying. Like, between the neck broken for 2 years, suspected to be 4 years, between that shit, uh, still being infected with MRSA on my leg, going through it in pain, y'all. It was just the worst. And I told her, I said, not only were you awkward as hell for saying that, for saying what you said before, I was gonna go under the knife. You are being completely nasty to me. Like I want to stay here. Like I want to be in a hospital. And it might have been just the team that I had, but the nurses were absolutely terrible. Not on time ever with my meds, so I had a lot of breakthrough pain. It was just so much going on. My mother asked her what was wrong with her. Like, what is your problem? After that, I told her, I said, you know what? I'm going to talk to the head surgeon, and I do not want to see you anymore. Well, you're not going to see me anyway because I'm going on vacation. Would y'all read what this bitch wrote to cover her ass? Baby, after this, I couldn't even move my fucking arms after surgery. And I never once cursed or raised my voice at her. And this is how I know I'm not tripping. I talked to the head surgeon and told him what she said about the carpal tunnel before surgery. And he made this awkward, fucked up face. And he was like, I diagnosed you. He was like, are your symptoms better? And I was like, absolutely. He was like, okay, then I know what I'm talking about. And he said he would speak to her. And I'm not sure if he ever did or not. I reported her to Strong, never got a response back. And what was crazy is Strong was real heavy on Black Lives Matter shit and just never responded to me in regards to how she treated me. Because it was definitely micro fucking aggression. I even followed up again in 2023, no response back. I have never had a more horrible experience with doctors. Like, I actually have some PTSD from that shit. And it took so much out of me. It took so much from me. Like, it aged me so much. It took, like, the life out of my face. This was me, like, 8 months, like, before I really started getting sick. That shit literally killed, like, a piece of me. I think, on some real shit. Oh, my God. I'm just not the same person no more after that shit. Don't ever tell me that black women are treated equal in the medical field. It is not true.